Okay, so let's talk about OpenAI's latest launch. And no, this wasn't just another little update for ChatGPT. It was something way bigger. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we think about time in business. It's like we've all been pushed into a brand new era, what we're going to call AI time. So, what exactly is AI time? Well, for the last 100 years, businesses have run on a kind of predictable seasonal clock, right? You plan by the quarter, by the year. Forget all that. AI time is a totally new tempo, and it's set by silicon intelligence. We're talking about a world where knowledge transfer is instantaneous and adapting doesn't take months. It happens in moments. And to really get a grip on the stakes here, check this out. The biggest hurdle with AI, it isn't just learning to use a new piece of software. It's about completely rewiring your brain about how fast things have to move. We're talking about a total demolition of the old mental model for business. So you might be wondering, how did a single launch, the GPT-5 launch, create this whole new reality? I mean, how did one company, in one fell swoop, basically reset the clock for everyone? Let's dive in and break down exactly how they pulled it off. Yeah, this was not just a simple product drop. You got to see it for what it was. A masterclass in strategy. And it was executed at like lightning speed. It felt like in a single moment, OpenAI unleashed this complex forefront assault on the entire market. And they did it globally. And this quad play, as we're calling it, was just brilliant. Look, they didn't just polish their main product. Think about it. They dropped powerful, free, open-source models for any developer to use. They pushed their top-of-the-line model to new heights. They rolled it out to literally hundreds of millions of users. And, as if that wasn't enough, they made a strategic move to get it into the government. All at the same time. So what was the point of all this? Well, you can think of this strategy as a kind of pincer movement. It was designed to completely dominate the entire AI landscape, from, a single developer tinkering on a laptop, all the way up to the most powerful cloud servers on the planet. And here's the genius of that two-pronged approach. On one side, you have the edge. That's the free models that developers can download and run on their own computers. That just creates this massive, vibrant ecosystem. Then, on the other side, you have the cloud. And that's the crown jewel, right? GPT-5. It's the powerhouse for all the heavy-duty stuff. What this means is that OpenAI now has an answer for basically everyone, from a tiny startup in a garage to a massive Fortune 500 company. So what? The real story here isn't just about what they did. It's the sheer, unprecedented scale and speed, the velocity of how they did it. This is one of those launches that just completely rewrites the rulebook. Think about this number for a second: over 200 million weekly active users. That means on day one, GPT-5 was instantly dropped into one of the biggest live testbeds in the history of tech. Every single search, every question provides immediate feedback. It creates this improvement loop that runs at a scale that, honestly, no competitor can even dream of matching right now. So how do we put this speed in perspective? Well, it's not just business fast. This is space race fast. The AI race we're in right now is arguably bigger and moving faster than the original space race between the US and the Soviets. And OpenAI's latest move? It's like they just dumped a whole lot of rocket fuel on the fire. And if you look at the timeline, it just puts this crazy acceleration into sharp focus. For years, nothing on the open source front from them. Then boom! They dropped new models just days before launching their next-gen flagship. And remember, that flagship came less than a year after the last major one. The pace is it's breathtaking. Okay, so this isn't just some interesting tech news to read about. No way. This has immediate, real-world implications for all of us. So the big question is, what does this actually mean for your team, for your company? Well, let's get practical. Here's a clear action plan to help you adapt. All right, first things first, you've got to hybridize your organization. That just means blending your team's smarts with all these AI tools, both the free ones and the high-end stuff. Step 2, you need to use the new auto-routing features that can pick the best AI for the job, but, and this is key, you have to track when it messes up. Third, measure what actually matters. Get beyond abstract benchmarks and look at real-world results, like how fast support tickets are getting solved. Fourth, engage with the whole ecosystem. Use the consumer tools, use the enterprise tools. And finally, this is the big one, you have to completely rethink your concept of time. Recalibrate your company's entire tempo. Because AI capability isn't something you can just buy off a shelf. You have to grow it from within. So when you put all this together, it builds to one single powerful idea. An idea that completely changes the clock that your business runs on. For more than 100 years, business has run on what you could call mechanical time. You know, it was set by the railroads, it was predictable, it was linear. It's the foundation of every traditional ROI calculation you've ever seen. But today, we're in AI time. And this clock isn't set by steel and steam, it's set by silicon. It's instantaneous, it's compounding, and it's global. This is the new metronome for your organization. And the reward for making this shift? It's huge. The goal here isn't just about automating a few tasks to cut costs. It's so much bigger. It's about building a truly hybrid team of humans and AI that creates a compounding advantage. An advantage that lets you learn, adapt, and innovate faster than literally anyone who's still stuck operating on that old mechanical clock. And all of this really leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question. As this pace of innovation just keeps accelerating, every single leader has to ask themselves, how fast is fast enough? Fast enough to survive? Fast enough to actually thrive?